Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into Day 3 of the grandest party of them all, taking a look at Verse Luffy in an actual grand party setting where the rule set doesn't favor him. Now, with the release of Verse Luffy Kaido and the Orion Yamato, came a very special grand party where they basically gave a rule set that just purely buffed them. They gave them this crazy ability with the minus 40% GP burst, as well as the extra charge. So, we're going to see how Luffy does today. We're going to take Kaido in tomorrow. Kaido, as a leader, in my opinion, just seems to be way better than what Luffy's providing, but Luffy just seems way better than both Blackbeard and Law, so I am very interested to see how he goes in this particular season. As you guys can see, inside characters are buffed, obviously with the release of Law and Blackbeard, but Powerhouse and Shooter and Striker characters are also buffed, so we can do some pretty fun stuff with stuff like Dex Powerhouse. Plus, we can do some fun stuff with some quick powerhouse units as well. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, bolt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's dive into some grand party with Verse Luffy. Alright, so we still have a couple of retries under our sleeves. So let's take on Int Gear 5 with Verse Gear 5. Now, I still stand by Int Gear 5 being the best GP leader in the game. He's an absolute monster with his double burst that basically just kills units. On top of having a forced out mechanic, he just does absolutely disgusting things. With the release of Verse Kaido, though, Verse Kaido can kind of match him, but running against an AI Kaido is way easier than running against an AI Int Luffy. So if you guys do see Int Luffy, be very, very scared, but hopefully we can actually get a win against him, because he's just, he's just an absolute monster. Now, I am running a Free Spirit team. Obviously, running Free Spirit when you're going up against Luffy is not the most ideal situation, purely because they have a burst ability that completely cucks the Free Spirit class, but I'm also taking on the Int team that has the ability to do something like this with Luffy and force out a bunch of Free Spirit characters as well. So, not exactly the smartest move, but look, we have to put Free Spirit somewhere, and I would much rather put Free Spirit first than last, because they can definitely tank the Luffy special, rather than tanking the, tanking the burst ability. So Luffy still has 3 charges under his belt. He is going to give haste ability. He's going to give some good damage to your team. Unfortunately, I should have waited for the units to come back before I did that, but look, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. I'm hoping my characters jump. Yeah, beautiful. With the blowaway, or the forced out mechanic, the forced out mechanic has a tendency to bring back characters, and then they just kind of jump the queue, because it's kind of where they were when they first left off. So very nice stuff there. We can get a lot of damage output, but look, Int right now is just... Int right now is so fucking good, man. And this guy's not even running Blackbeard. If Blackbeard was on this team, we'd be terrified. The enemy does have their burst ability available to them now as well. So, this could either go very south very quickly, or we could basically just scrape home a little bit. Now, if I had my burst ability, we get Nami Karina to go, and that way we wouldn't have to worry about all of the specials that are about to come our way. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and we're probably going to take a big fat L here. Free Spirit right now, they're just not in the best position. They're still a strong team, but in Grand Party, they're just not where they once were. Okay, S-Hawk somehow just got knocked back, but look, that's okay. He's basically just going to kill everyone. Okay, Nami Karina did survive, which is good, but Luffy's now just going to finish us off. I would love for them to just use a burst ability now and let us just lose. That would be amazing. So let's just skip that, see what happens. Okay, sweet. The enemy used their burst. That's a huge W for us. I'll probably change this Free Spirit team to the Slasher team for the rest of the video. I was contemplating doing it at the start, but I thought, hey, let's just see how Free Spirits actually go, seeing as Luffy does buff Free Spirits. But we could definitely just do some stuff with Slashes and having Free Spirit characters there as well. So the second fight is against a quick team, so I definitely want to make sure that I have my Dex team going up against it. That is definitely going to be the play. Dex Powerhouse Shooter right now is very, very powerful. Obviously, with the rule sets being defense to shooters and Powerhouse getting a lot of the good stuff as well, we can do a lot of tanking, we can do a lot of damage, and we can do some really, really fun stuff there. So the enemy is running more of a Powerhouse-centric quick team, which isn't the end of the world. But it's definitely not the best team going around, so just be mindful of that as well. Season 25, Day 3. Utilizing Luffers. Let's see how we go here. Now, Kaine's going to go early. Luffy does give haste ability to quick units. I believe it's quick, what is it? Quick type free spirit fighter characters. So the haste ability is going to basically work for our Ace unit. Once Ace gets his charge ready to go, I actually don't think I need to use this because Ace is basically going to be ready. Lucci's just going to kill everyone though. Like ain't that for free. So let's just let this rock. Honestly, it's basically curtains. We'll just take this cheeky little dub and then we'll move on to the next fight, I think. Oh, the enemy's using the burst. Interesting. We'll use that back. Like that is right there. That is the power of the Gear 5 Luffy burst. That right there, basically just taking out our entire team, is absolutely busted. And that's what separates good leaders from bad leaders. The fact that he could literally just devour our entire team with one burst, and I don't even basically... Well, I mean, I did good damage, but, like, not enough to kill. So, like I said, that is the huge difference. And when you guys are looking at, like, the best leaders in the game, that is what is going to separate something like the number 1 leader and, honestly, like, the number 5 leader. It's kind of crazy to think that there's such a huge gap between the best leader in the game, being in Gear 5 Luffy, and then something like, I don't know, Zoro nowadays, who is still very good, but just can't exactly output what Luffy actually can. So, managed to pick up the second win. Taking him down with getting hit with a burst is very nice, but look, we definitely should have won that fight anyway. But damn, man, just seeing how much damage in Gear 5 Luffy does is crazy. You guys want to check it out as well? I do have an unedited version of Grand Party for day 1 with in Gear 5 Luffy. I just like to take on a bunch of stuff in the early stages and just sort of see how the meta rocks. And it was very, very nice to see that in Gear 5 Luffy is just an absolute monster. So we're going to round it out with our last team now. Our last team is the Dex team. No, it's not. It's the Quick team. I get my colors mixed up. It's the Quick team, and we're going up against a Free Spirit build. Now, we do have a burst at our disposal, but the burst is really only going to benefit the Luffy character. Now, I've been tossing and turning with Quick teams and trying to figure out what's the best Quick team to use, and we have kind of come to the agreement, me and a couple of my alliance members, that this is probably the best option, as Quick's okay. Like, Quick's alright. It's just not perfect. It's still very wonky in the sense that if you're running Roger and Odin and Cross Guild, you want to run the 5 driven 5 slashes, and then ideally you want to try and put Luffy on the team somewhere. I don't know why we didn't give the haste ability to Luffy then, but it's a 50% chance to haste. Like if Luffy got haste there, that would have been sick. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to be fine regardless. But Quick is like they're okay. They're an okay squad. Right now, though, I don't really see them pushing top 5. They might be clenching onto the 5th slot, but they're sort of around that kind of area. They do have some really good characters like Smoothie, obviously Cross Guild with the rollback, Roger and Odin with their cooldown reduction, Tesoro can give a lot of CD, and then Luffy just is like this unit that can kind of just float around and do like shenanigans of haste and cooldown reduction and all this fun stuff. And if he works the way that he just worked then, where he gives the cooldown reduction back to something like Roger and Odin, who then Roger and Odin can give the cooldowns back to your slasher characters, you can basically just have your Smoothie and your Cross Guild continuously rolling back specials and just put the enemy in a position where they're just not scary at all. So, like I said at the start of the video, I'm going to pivot a little bit. I'm going to move away from the Free Spirit team on this particular build. We're going to build out the Slasher team, just because Slashers this season are getting some pretty nice buffs. And we'll see how that actually operates over in fight number 2. Alright, so moving on to the second fight now, we have substitute Slashers into the mix. And we did manage to find a Gear 5 6+ lead. Now, a lot of people are using the change leader strat, which I'd love to see, but it does make it a little bit hard to actually find some decent fights for you guys, because everyone's just running these non-leaders. Now, once you get to the back end of day 3, you definitely want to be changing your leaders. So, shout out to all of the homies that have been doing that. Big love to you guys. And make sure you guys are at least changing your leaders at the end of day 3, because we do want everyone to get as many wins as possible in Grand Party. I understand it's a very pay-to-win game mode, and a lot of people hate it because of that. But look, the community stands together, and we can always find a way to sort of maximize our gains as a community. So make sure you are doing the change leader strat, the order strat, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you guys are filling that out. So we do have a Free Spirit team up first. Obviously, Free Spirits underneath Gear 5, 6 plus is very, very good. Nami Karina does Nami Karina things. And then Gear 5 can go just absolutely ballistic with his burst. Upside to the Slasher team, though, they are actually getting a lot of buffs this season. And underneath Gear 5 versus Gear 5, they actually have some pretty decent buffs. Crack is getting a nice buff from the quick side of things. And then Zora Sanji are getting a nice buff from the Free Spirit side. Now, I did opt to go with Cracker over Odin because Odin is a strength character, and strength characters are getting nerfed right now alongside of fighters. It's kind of why Free Spirit might not have been operating as well as it actually should be. But we're going to get a double rollback on Roger Whitebeard as well as Zora Sanji there. That's a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. We're going to be able to tank the Gear 5 shot thanks to the Barrier of Shanks. And then Kuzan, the MVP of the new Free Spirit bench, is going to come in and hit us with an action or a special bind. Now, it only hit Cracker, which is pretty good. Zora's counters are starting to do quite a bit of damage to us, so that's a little bit annoying. I'm kind of planning on using the burst ability after this special. Alright, sweet. I wanted Roger and Whitebeard to go because I wanted to let Roger Whitebeard do the killing, and then I could allow this to sort of come in and do quite a bit of damage after that. Unfortunately, didn't really kill anyone. Obviously, my, okay, beautiful. Now we have haste. S-Hawk's gonna go crazy. Obviously, my Luffy and versus Kaido is only level 99. Investing some posters into them wouldn't be the worst idea, purely because, obviously, they're both very, very good in PvP. And then as a Grand Party leader, their damage is going to do a lot more. So, definitely not a bad idea to invest in them if you guys do have some posters available. We are going to get an easy, well, not an easy, but we're definitely going to get the win here. I wonder if the enemy will use their burst. No, they're going to go into the next fight with their burst available to us, or to them. So, we are going to have to look at what team we are fighting and what we want to actually use. Now, the second team is a Slasher team. I'm going to go in with the quick team, because if we manage to get some speedy fellas like Cross Guild and Smoothie to go early, we can actually roll them back. They aren't running like the double cooldown strat with Odin and Cracker, and they are running K-Dad and Odin, so that means that we have a little bit less attack to deal with. I think strength get attack down. It might be speed down. I can't remember which one it is. Alright, so there's the shot. Does about half our HP. It's a lot of damage still. But at the end of the day, if that's the shot that we're going to get hit with, and then they build up their burst again with slashes, and they finishes off with a burst, at least we've taken this fight and baited out the double burst. So we're going to roll back S-Hawk, and damn, we didn't get Roger Whitebeard. That's okay, though, because Luffers is going to go and get Cross Guild back up to basically full. That's what you love to see right there. Alright, let's do this. I just don't want Zora Sanji to creep into the front there and actually get a special off. Beautiful. That attack from Luffy actually, it doesn't have like a knockback, but whenever you do damage, it does have this weird knockback ability. So that way we just sort of stop Zora Sanji, and now we can roll back the specials, and now we're just in a really good spot. The quick team, like I said, it can work against particular teams. Slashers is one of those teams that actually works really well against because it just has so much rollbacking shenaniganry. Now we're in a position where we are going to take a bunch of shots, though, because we're in that kind of weird halfway mark. And obviously S-Hawk is just basically going to kill us. Like, we can't do too much about that. Odin's going to probably kill us as well. And then we're going to have to deal with the bursts. Yeah, alright, it's over. Alright, as I mentioned, we're going to take 2 bursts. They'll get the dub, but like they'll lose 2 bursts there. I probably should have saved one of my Luffy bursts, but look, it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. We were in for a we had an opportunity of actually taking out the win there, so that would have been very, very interesting. Finishing it off with the Dex team, I do have a lot of faith in my Dex team. Dex on Dex. Okay, it's good that we put our Dex team last, because if we went Dex versus Quick, like that would have sucked. But yeah, Dex versus Dex, it's a mirror match you never really want to see. I have a lot of faith in my powerhouse shooter Dex team. It hasn't really gone that well this season, purely because it always seems to just get like burst killed, which is a bit of a shame. But I feel like tomorrow when we use Kaido, I'm really going to see the power of the Dex team. It works great under in Luffy as well, but whenever I sat down to do these like recordings, It just did not work in my favor, which was a bit of a shame. So it is what it is. We're going to get the defensive drop off thanks to Lucci. Lucci's an absolute monster. Kaido going this early is actually scary. Like, ridiculously scary. Luffy's then going to give some cooldowns. Probably to, like, Ace or Roger. Yeah, I gave it to Ace. Lucci's going to go, and then I'm going to do this, because I want to try and get my Ace haste. That would be ideal. Okay, nice. We managed to get some haste up. Okay, it just seems to give it to quick and dex type, so everyone seems to have got the haste there. Okay, well that makes the haste ability a lot better. It's only 50% chance, but like now that I know it doesn't just target one unit, that's way better. Alright, beautiful. Ace is gonna go and that's basically a wrap. That's the beauty of the Dex team right now, man. Dex team is just flying real high. Definitely a top 5 team. No matter if you have the team that I'm running or if you're running stuff like Big Mom or Roger, the Powerhouse variation works really, really well as well. And it just works so nicely. So I have a better feeling with Slashes there. I think Slashes just worked a lot better than Free Spirit did. Look, Slashes is just a better team than Free Spirit. So we're definitely going to rock that for the final fight. And let's round out day 3 of Grand Party. Alright, we're going to wrap it up with a Law fight. Very interesting to find Law, honestly. There was a couple of Int Gear 5s, but obviously we're at the back end of the pointy season, so we definitely don't want to take them on. And every time I've gone in against some big Int Gear 5 teams, I've like lost in the last second. It's made the video go longer. So let's take on a Law and let's see how we go. Law is a very interesting leader. He does have some nice abilities. I'm going to call them nice. I do think as a leader, he's much better than Blackbeard. The problem with Law is you kind of have to put him on a team. And if you are running Law, you're either running like a weird Psy striker build, you're running strikers, or you're running just like Psy and just sort of mixing Law into the team somehow. And that, honestly, in my opinion, it's a little bit detrimental to the Psy team. I feel like the Psy team just runs better with 6+ Law rather than trying to funnel in this new Law into the makeup just because obviously he's a newer character, he has new abilities and all that fun stuff too. So, I did run him day 1. He's getting, obviously, the 40% reduction to his burst ability. He's obviously getting the extra charge as well. He can do some fixed damage. He does a bunch of stats, and he can halve stat slashes. So that's going to be very interesting with the slash team that we implemented over Free Spirit. We'll see how that actually operates. But I think we're going to be more than okay. Shanks is going to put up a shield there, which is a little bit annoying. Rebecca Toy Soldier aren't getting buffed. The shield tanks a lot of damage. Tanks a lot of damage. Now, this is good because that's going to basically just fully charge our burst ability. We're not quite there. Otherwise, I would actually use that. Kaido, okay. We're going to do this. And then hopefully we just give the haste ability to all of our units. Okay, we only gave the haste ability to Kaido and Frankie. I think Kaido was pretty much already at the top of the list anyway. So that's just going to be good damage. Beautiful stuff. Kaido basically just kills the entire team, and from there we can just sort of win. Even if they use a burst ability, we are going to be in for a fun time. Ace is going to wrap that up. And now we're going to move to the next fight, which I believe is Slashes they're using. But we're also going to have to deal with the burst ability. No, that's Int. We're going to have to deal with the burst ability of Law. So I'm going to switch to my quick team. I'm going to slave Slashes to the end, just because I have less slashes on this team. I still have 3, but 3 compared to an entire team, bit of a different story. So, Smoothie, Cross Guild, Roger Odin, they're all going to take half stats very, very early. This is a very wonky team. I don't know if this was an auto build. It might have... No, there's no way this is an auto build, right? Because even that side team looked pretty wonky. I don't know. Law's still, like, a formidable captain. He's not, like, an incredible captain, but, like... Or leader, I should say. But he can still, like, do stuff. Blackbeard on a team is very, very frustrating as well. Blackbeard is a very, very annoying unit. He's definitely a unit that you just don't want to go up against. Like, that. Look at that dot damage, man. That dot damage literally just killed my Smoothie. It's just over. Alright, I'm going to do this. Hopefully, Cross Guild goes to the top. Alright, Cross Guild got haste, which is awesome. We love that. The dot damage is just going to kill us. The Zoro's going to go. Conjurer comes in. Conjurer's pretty good because he's actually buffing Roger and Odin as well. But, like, we're basically just going to lose this fight. I shouldn't have used that burst. I have a tendency to keep doing that, don't I? I just use burst thinking, oh, yeah, we'll see what happens. And then, like, the enemy just has, like, all of their bursts. And they just kill us. So, second fight was always going to be a bit of a whitewash. But now we have slashes at the back. We have a burst. Problem is, they have a burst as well. So this will be very interesting to see. I believe Law just has to pass seconds. If Law just passes time, Law will actually get his burst ability available. And with this season, Law pretty much only needs 40 seconds. So, that might be very interesting. Now, this is their stereotypical side team, I'm assuming. Because Wino Law's on the front lines. Where the other team was more striker-centric, I guess. I don't really know. It's a bit of a wonky setup. So Zoro Sanji can give a whole bunch of haste. S-Hawk is getting the special ready now, which is awesome. Their Luffy going this quickly is not a fun time for us. Okay, let's do this just so they see it. Let's just see if this sort of mixes up the attack order. Okay, we kill Law, which is great. Now we're going to take the half stats, which is like not a fun time. On top of that, we take a whole bunch of fixed damage. 20 seconds of half stats is not good. Odin is going to hit us so hard here. Like, so hard. Ugh. Okay. Fixed damage from Roger. That's not going to be the end of the world. We get to use our shiny new Brook. Yeah. We're okay. I would love for Zoro Sanji to hurry the fuck up. Oh, I thought Zoro Sanji died there. I was going to be like, no! That's just terrible timing. Alright, we get a haste ability. The half stats is still in effect. S-Hawk's not ready to go. That's kind of an L. But that's okay. We have Roger Whitebeard causing Roger Whitebeard menace. If we can somehow get back around, Fuji's going to use his special and kill my S-Hawk, isn't he? Watch this. Oh, we're good. If S-Hawk can get back... Oh, no, Luffy! You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Okay. Brook does good damage. See, this is the power of Law's burst when you do fight slashes. Oh. Ow. Ouch, ouch. Alright, Cat 5 is fixed damage. I need you to kill Odin, please. Thank you. Roger Whitebeard is, like, not ready. Okay. That's alright. Can you just, like, knock him back, please? Don't you kill him. Thank you very much. Alright, beautiful. That actually ended up being a little bit more scary than I thought it was going to be. I thought Law would have just been, like, kind of a surefire win. God damn, if I'm just being, like, rambling and then look down and the revive is, like, going strong then. Okay, good. I thought that was just going to be a surefire win, but there we go. So, that's Luffy. Look, he definitely holds his own. He is a very good leader, but again, burst ability makes the leader, and when you look at Kaido and Int Luffy, and even 6+ Luffy, I just can't really compare this guy to them. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. While you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!